Well, next, we'd like to talk to you about OS 10, and I'd like to bring up Craig Federighi to do that. Thank you.
Good morning. So let's talk about OS 10. We're on our 8th major release of OS 10, continuing more than a decade of combining the power of Unix with the simplicity of the Mac. And the Mac has been doing great. We have 66 million Mac users now, triple what we had just 5 years ago. Our latest release is Lion. And Lion was the first release distributed electronically via the Mac App Store, making it easier than ever to purchase, download, and install OS 10. And the results have been fantastic. We've had 26 million copies shipped to date, making it our best-selling release ever. In fact, 40% of OS 10 users are running Lion. And that's a level we achieved in just 9 months. As a basis of comparison, Windows 7 took 27 months to get to that same level. And now, less than 1 year later, we're here to announce Mountain Lion. With Mountain Lion, our mission remains the same: to deliver the world's most advanced operating system for notebook and desktop computers, with an interface optimized for multi-touch trackpads and mice. And at the same time, Lion makes it more natural than ever to work with the other new devices in our lives. Now, Mountain Lion is a major release with over 200 new features. And this morning, I'd like to detail just 8 for you. And we're going to start with iCloud. Now, since its introduction in October, iCloud has taken off like a rocket, with 125 million registered users. With Mountain Lion, we had the opportunity to build support for iCloud right in. So when you sign into your new Mac with your Apple ID, we automatically configure all of these applications to work with iCloud. And so whether you're working in your mail, with your contacts, your calendar, all of your content is up to date across all of your devices. And with Mountain Lion, we introduced 3 great new apps optimized for iCloud. Messages, which brings iMessage for the first time to the Mac, Reminders, and Notes. But we're also bringing integration for your document-based apps in Mountain Lion with a feature we call Documents in the Cloud. Now, Documents in the Cloud does 2 important things. First, it provides a simple new way to access and organize your documents. When you launch an app like Pages, it comes up with a document library of all the Pages documents you have in the cloud, organized chronologically, so the newest ones are easy to find right at the top. And second, Documents in the Cloud makes these document libraries available and up to date across all your Macs and all of your iOS devices. Now, we've adopted Documents in the Cloud on all of our key document-based applications, like Pages, Numbers, and Keynote, and system apps like Preview and TextEdit. And we have a developer SDK so that developers can add the support in their apps as well. Well, that's iCloud, and I'd like to give you a quick demo now. So this is our first look at Mountain Lion. You see we have a gorgeous new desktop image and a beautiful new glass dock. You'll notice a couple new items on that dock, including a new Reminders app. And this is really handy if you're taking to-dos for yourself on the go. You can find them all automatically right here via iCloud. You can use multi-touch gestures to page between your reminders. And we support location-based reminders for the first time on the Mac. So now, for instance, when I arrive at work, I'll get a notification from my dad to send him a Father's Day card. And I dismiss a notification, They just fly away. Now we have a great little Notes app in Mountain Lion as well. So all the notes I take on my iPad, they're available right here. We support, of course, images and links. And of course, you can open up notes in separate windows if you want to keep them around on your desktop for easy access. But I think the really huge one here is messages. Because with messages, we brought iMessage to the Mac. So now if you're sitting using your Mac and your phone buzzes with a new iMessage coming in, well, you can respond right on your Mac. And all of the conversations that you had while on the go, well, they're up to date right here. Creating a new conversation is super easy. You just start typing the name of one of your contacts, and you can send them a message to their phone, via Apple ID, or via other legacy chat services as well. And iMessages can have, sorry. It's all about iMessage, come on. So iMessage lets you send rich messages with images, attachments up to 100 megs in size, and even HD video. And that's iMessage. Next, I want to show you documents in the cloud, because it makes it really easy to find the documents you're looking for. So if I want to find numbers documents, where would I go? Well, I'd launch Numbers, of course, and I'm presented with my document library right there with all my numbers documents. If I want to get at PDFs, for instance, launch Preview, and there are all of my PDFs. And if I want to add a document to that cloud library, for instance, one in my download stack, I can just drag it right in. Now it's available across all of my devices. Now I'm going to launch Pages, and I'm working here on a poster, so I'm going to open that up. Now it turns out, of course, because this is in my cloud library, that it's also available to me on my phone, where I also have a copy of Pages running. And so here on my phone, I can actually not only view, but also make changes to this document. And what I want you to do is watch what happens on the Mac as I actually go in here and go into my photo roll, make a change, replace the picture, and the Mac will actually update automatically for me. There it is. And that's just a little preview of life in Mountain Lion with iCloud. Next is a feature I think you're really going to love, Notification Center. It's coming to the Mac. So sometimes when you're using your Mac, it can decide that it has something to tell you. And in the past, each application had its own unique way of getting your attention. And some of them were somewhat disruptive. Well, with Mountain Lion, we've replaced all of this with a consistent and elegant system based on banners and alerts. So banners slide down from the top of the screen right there into the upper right-hand corner. And if you ignore them, they just slide out of the way. But you can always get back to them with 2 fingers from the right-hand side of your trackpad. You can slide out and reveal Notification Center with notifications from all of your applications. And when you're done, you just slide it back. Now, alerts are for things that you want to make sure you don't miss. So they come in the same elegant way, but they stay around until you dismiss them explicitly. Now, sometimes you may be doing something where you don't want to be interrupted by notifications. And Notification Center provides a nice little switch so you can temporarily disable those banners and notifications. And if you're presenting and you connect to a projector, we'll do it for you automatically. So that's Notification Center. Next up, dictation. We're bringing dictation to the Mac. So everywhere on your Mac where you can type, you can now talk, and the Mac will do the typing for you. And because it's built into the system, it works everywhere. You can talk into your Facebook web page if you want, or even in third-party applications like Microsoft Word. That's dictation. It's that simple. Next is sharing. Mac users love to share links, images, videos. And now in Mountain Lion, we've made it easier than ever to share right from within the app where you're working. There's a share button right there on the toolbar. If you click it, we present all of your sharing options. If I want to share to Twitter, for instance, just select it, get a cute little tweet sheet, type whatever it is I find necessary to share with the outside world, click it, and like that, it's on its way. And we built sharing in across the system. So if you're in preview, for instance, and you want to share the PDF you're looking at over messages, you can do it. If you're in any app where you can quick look, for instance, you're quick looking an image, you can post it up sharing over Flickr. And our support for sharing is more than skin deep in Mountain Lion. Support for sharing services like Twitter is built right into the operating system. So when you go into system preferences and enter your login information, enter it just once, and any application you've authorized can access and connect to those social services. So that's sharing. Next is the new Safari. The new Safari in Mountain Lion has the fastest JavaScript engine of any browser on the planet. But the first thing you'll notice when you use Safari is the new unified smart search field. You type in it whatever you're looking for, and Safari will present you with a well-chosen top hit. Yes, this is a very useful feature. Search suggestions, and even matches automatically from your bookmarks and your browsing history. Now, sometimes what you're looking for is something that you were browsing earlier, maybe on one of your other devices. Well, now, Safari has a feature called iCloud Tabs. You just click the Cloud button on your toolbar, and you get a list of all of the pages you have open across all of your other devices, including your Macs. You just click it and you pick up your browsing right where you left off. Now, we also have a fantastic new feature we call Tab View. It lets you use gestures to visually navigate your tabs. I'd like to show it to you now. So let's take a look at the new Safari. You can see, of course, we have our unified search field right here at the top. I can type a few characters, and Safari presents me with a top hit, as well as search suggestions and bookmark and history matches. I can click. We get some Safari's lightning fast page loading. Safari also has a new scrolling architecture built on core animation, which makes scrolling just smooth and lightning fast. It's really awesome. Now, if you want to open a tab that you had open, for instance, on another computer, I can just click the iCloud Tabs button. You see all of them right there. Documents I'd open on my iPad as well as on my iPhone. I click one, I can keep browsing right from where I left off. Now, Lion has a feature where, of course, you can use multi-touch gestures to zoom in on your web page. So, for instance, I can zoom in like this. I can zoom back out. But now, what happens when I zoom even further out? Watch. I'm pulled into the tab view, where I have a live view across all of my tabs. I can use multi-touch gestures to scroll through them, select a tab, pinch, and back out. It's a fantastic way to browse your tabs in Safari. Next, I want to show you how easy it is to share in Mountain Lion. I can select here on the Share button. Let's say I want to tweet about this page. I click, get this beautiful little animation, and I'll just say, heading down the coast. And I've sent a tweet on its way. But sharing works really well also in full screen apps. For instance, I'll just pan over here to full screen iPhoto. Let's open up a photo that I want to share. And I want to share this to iMessage. But I don't have to leave this full screen experience to do that. I click on the system-wide share button, select Messages, and I get a little messaging sheet right here. I select the person I want to send to, and just like that, I've sent a message. Now, this is where Notification Center comes in, because if I'm working in a full screen app and maybe someone responds back to that message I sent back out, it'll actually appear as a notification right there on my screen. There it is. And if I ignore it, of course, it'll just slide away. But if I want to get back to it, that's easy too. I take 2 fingers from the right-hand side of my trackpad, and I can just sweep out Notification Center. It's a completely fluid gesture. And if I want to get at any of these things, I can click, for instance, on this message, and it takes me right to the conversation back in Messages. Now, notifications also support notifications from internet services like Twitter. So if I get a Twitter direct mention, or a direct message, or a mention, it'll come in as a notification for me. And if I ever want to tweet at any time, some bright idea occurs to me, I can just go right into Notification Center, and I can summon a tweet sheet right here. And of course, I can use dictation to enter my tweet. Having a great time showing off Mountain Lion at WWDC. And there it is, tweeting from Notification Center. So next, I want to introduce you to a new technology in OS X that we call PowerNap. It's a great name, isn't it? So, you know, we all love using our Macs, but wouldn't it be great if when we weren't using them, they were still working for us? Well, now with PowerNap, they will, because PowerNap keeps your Mac up to date while it sleeps. It fetches your email, keeps track of calendar and reminder updates, and even fetches your photo stream. And it gets better. If you've ever brought your Mac home and just plugged it into charge for the night, well now, it'll also back itself up to your time capsule and even download App Store and system software updates automatically. So, PowerNap automatically refreshes data. Its operation is entirely silent. It doesn't even spin up your fans. It goes easy on your battery, and it's compatible with recent MacBook Airs, as well as that gorgeous new MacBook Pro with Retina display. That's PowerNap. Next is AirPlay mirroring. AirPlay mirroring, yes. AirPlay mirroring is absolutely the easiest way to get whatever's on your Mac up on a projector or television. You just go up to your Mac, to the AirPlay menu in your Mac menu bar. It shows you any Apple TVs that are nearby. You select one, and instantly you're mirroring that content in up to pixel for pixel 1080p resolution. This is fantastic for the classroom, for the meeting room, of course for your family room. And we also support sending audio to AirPlay-enabled stereo receivers and speakers. That's AirPlay. And finally, it's going to be really nice. And finally, Game Center. You know, with the introduction of the Mac App Store, we've experienced a renaissance of gaming on the Mac. And we're making it even better by bringing Game Center from iOS to the Mac. And with Game Center on the Mac, you have your same Game Center account with all of your Game Center friends, where you can track all of your achievements and also keep track of all your games, both iOS X and iOS games. But of course, Game Center is ultimately all about gaming. And we support both turn-based and head-to-head gaming, both Mac to Mac and cross-platform iOS to Mac over Game Center. I'd like to give you a little demo of AirPlay and Game Center now. So the first thing I'd like to do is show my Mac screen, and then let's also summon my Apple TV, so you can see that as well. And you'll notice up here on my Mac's menu bar, I have an AirPlay menu, and I can select this Apple TV. When I select it, instantly my Mac display is mirrored to the Apple TV in 1080p. Now, the rest of this demo is going to be viewing this content entirely over AirPlay. Of course, I can do anything I would normally do on my Mac when I'm on AirPlay, for instance, launch Game Center. And here I see my Game Center account, as well as all of my, as well as all my, like I chose that, right? And I can also see all of my Game Center friends. I've got one here, Mr. X, who's been meaning to play me in this new game that's coming out called CSR Racing. So we'll see if we can summon him to the stage for a little competition. Okay. This is looking a little more serious than I was anticipating. So, Mr. X here is actually working on an iPad, and on his iPad, he can invite me to play this game, CSR Racing, which is an upcoming title from Natural Motion. And when he does, you notice I get, of course, a notification in Notification Center. I click on it, and I'm instantly launched into the game. Now, Natural Motion was originally developing this just as an iOS title, but they found it so easy to bring it to the Mac and integrate Game Center, they'll be simultaneously releasing it for iOS and Mac this summer. All right, looks like we're up to race. I'm in the red, Racer OS 10 on the right in white. Here we go. And again, this is over AirPlay, everything you're seeing. Let's go. I think I got you. Oh. Well, I guess with an outfit like that, he was sure to win. Okay. So this is just a quick overview of Mountain Lion. And in addition to these major features, there's so much more there. Things like VIPs in Mail, where you can mark any people that are important to you, and new incoming messages will show up as notifications for you. Search in Launchpad. Gatekeeper to help keep your system free from malware. And offline reading list, where in Safari, if you add things to your reading list, you can still read them later, even when you're disconnected from the internet. But one area I want to highlight especially are some features we're adding for China. The Mac has been growing fantastically in China, and we have some wonderful features that we think are going to make it even more popular there. We're really improving our Chinese input method for Pinyin. We're providing a new Chinese dictionary. We're adding 8 new fonts that are great for creating beautiful documents. In Safari, we're adding support for Baidu as an optional search provider, and adding sharing support for the Sina microblogging website, as well as video sharing to Youku and Tudo. And finally, we're making it really easy to set up your Mac with China's top email services. So those are a few features for China. But of course, yeah, it's going to be important. Get your apps ready for China. So Mountain Lion is also a fantastic release for developers with over 1,700 new APIs. So you can add sharing, Game Center support, notification support, new high DPI APIs, and gesture APIs to add those great multi-touch swipes to your apps. So Mountain Lion, we're going to be delivering it to customers next month via the Mac App Store. And you know, while Lion was priced, I think, very aggressively at $29.99, we want even more people to get their hands on Mountain Lion. It's going to be just $19.99. And this price is for upgrades both from Lion and all the way from Snow Leopard. And your single purchase will upgrade all of your personal Macs. Finally, for those of you who buy a new Mac starting today, I bet there are going to be a few, your upgrade to Mountain Lion will be free. And all of you WWDC developers, today you get access to a near final developer preview so you can get all your apps ready for Mountain Lion when it ships next month. That's Mountain Lion.